With session 15, Mark. Okay.
Hello, we're back.
People.
We are indeed back after a short hiatus of some familial matters. But we welcome you to Friday Night with Talechasers, which is me, the DM, and these Stargazers.
Hello.
This is when you say hello.
No, hello.
Just gotta give a moment.
What was this? My game? No, I'm kidding.
No, it is picking up my mic. Hello.
Definitely.
Hello,
not.
Etharis. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Thank you.
But yes, we are indeed back. And maybe with some announcements too this time. Which is that we're going to continue playing Stargazers, duh. But then my other game, which is offline, has come to an end. Just about. We're cleaning up some epilogue stuff still.
Yep.
But after that, we have something new cooking in my cauldron. That's gonna need a little bit more time to get properly cooked. We'll just say. And then Mark is also working on a little something.
I have been working on a little something for close over a year now, actually. It's still not far. It's far from finished, but I'm at least gonna do adventures and tryouts for the people that want to, maybe be in the next streamed game. So, if you have an interest, we have a Discord link here and Twitch somewhere.
Yeah, to your tipsy for the game, and want to get it going.
Oh. Okay.
Also, we have something cool that we're gonna show. Maybe, at least I will show it when I got it.
A gun.
No.
Damn.
If it was a gun, I would not say that on this streaming channel.
Yes, but until that day comes, where it is arriving, which may be as early as next week, seeing as it is on its way to me. Until that time, we're gonna just have to do something boring, like play Dungeons & Dragons. So, I invite Mark to give us a little bit of a rundown of what happened last time.
Personal
I am gonna
We will reopen at Faust.
I'm going to give you guys the fastest recap that you've ever experienced. We left off after we've defeated Stevie, a great, lovely little being that totally didn't disguise itself as an angel. We then essentially fixed the rest of the machine that we could by having Vittorio go dive at a glowing orb in the middle of the ocean. Now, this glowing orb was deep underwater. Oh, well, not water, liquid aether. And while he didn't encounter troubles at first, when he reached down to grab the thing, he encountered a giant crab, who was not very happy with Vittorio stealing his little orb. So as Vittorio took it and essentially tried to get to boat as fast as possible, the crab chased him until it breached the surface and possibly was going to attack us. So we tried to communicate with it. Zarius, being able to speak to both animals and saltwater crabs, started speaking saltwater crab to it. As he did, the crab made all kind of clicking and bubbling noises back to communicate, and eventually believed Zarius' lie that we didn't have the orb. It was somewhere else. Totally. It's not going to bite us in the ass as this crab's going to come looking for it at the ship? No.
Now got a crab at a cracket looking for us.
Yeah. However, we took it, returned back to the tower, and this time not Zarius, but I think it was Tokas channeled some of his magic into the orb to activate it.
Yeah.
And as he did, both of the orbs activated, essentially starting the restoration process of the tower. Now, our lovely lich friend wanted to reward us. Well, he didn't want to reward us. He really wanted to order it. And then Vincent was like, please give us a reward, otherwise you slaver.
Hello, money.
No money? What?
Maybe no money.
Yeah.
You're welcome, guys.
That is correct. I am a slaver.
Yeah, that's true.
However, sadly, to Vince's disappointment, we still didn't get any money because we were paid with information. Faust was going to get this information for us and allowed us to lounge in his, essentially his living room, which is funny because he's not alive. We also met a lovely little pet he had, which is a little, I want to say wretched, which is this leech dog thing that was in a hamster ball, and Zarius played with it. And that's about what happened last session.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would add is that Lawrence found a big library of smut.
Yes,
And
that is true.
he asked if he could. Actually, no, he didn't even ask. He was like, "I am taking this book back to my boyfriend," and Faust was like, "I will get you a copy. Do not worry."
Correct.
Okay, correct. And I'm not looking up because I see something terrifying. That's gonna just go away. Chat.
Mm.
Yeah, don't worry about that test roll before, It's just,
Exactly. Lost the party for a moment. Oh, there you are. Zoop. And zoop. That is indeed where we will open again today. With the party having a little peruse yet of the things that Faust has within their tower. Perhaps most interestingly enough, their workshop, which is where Vittorio and Tokaz wanted to go last time.
Yippee!
Just a friendly reminder that the workshop is probably the most densely packed of all of the rooms. It is completely like floor to ceiling, covered in these custom furniture pieces, shelves and tables and racks, filled with bottles, flasks, pots, crates, all shapes and sizes and colors, some of which are labeled, others are unlabeled. There are cross-shaped like wine racks with bottles sticking out of them. There are boxes of dried ingredients. Some of them are plant-like in matter, but there's definitely also some things that look like they came from creatures, the least of which are not crow's feet and
Tasty.
the spider legs, but like really, really big spider legs. And you guys wanted to have a little peruse around there. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, you can go first if you would like.
You said this is mostly organic stuff, right? Doesn't seem to be a lot of non-living material.
There's a lot of organic stuff, yes. At least when it comes to the dry, ingredients that are laid out here.
But of course, what about stones? Do we have like any ethereal magical gems or some stuff that doesn't come from animal or plants?
Make me a forensics check.
I'm forensicing. Ah, 21.
All right. So as you scour all of the shelves until you come across something that could be stone, or it might have been stone at some point, because you find traces of this very fine, almost iridescent powder that reminds you a little bit of like mica powder.
Damn. This guy likes making little fake potions.
Other than that, the only stone that you've seen is the big Ethereum crystal in Faust's eye socket.
Hmm.
There's enough mica powder here.
Yeah, can I appraise it? I don't think it's mica powder, unless this guy likes to put it in his potions when he brews them.
Of course you may.
What would you like me to roll?
Geology.
G-Bology.
Geodude.
Yes.
Beep, bop, boop, bop, bam. 18.
All right. Let me double check how this looks exactly when it is. Hmm. Huh. I guess I was wrong, and it's not actually as iridescent as I thought it was.
I was lied to. Oh.
You were not lied to. I am just confused as to why it looks so different in a powdered form from its like regular.
That's a great question, to be honest, and one that I cannot answer.
The most peculiar of things. Tokas, you find shavings of something that you're pretty sure is bismuth.
Sus.
Like a decent little like pile.
Very sus. I wonder why. What is like the properties of this gem, of this material?
If we're talking like the different ways that it could be applied, it's quite popular with wizards.
That's me.
Yes, wizards can actually use this as a component that can be consumed during their arcane recovery, which helps clear the mind and solve not only riddles but also basically untangle problems within their minds and kind of like begin building the structures of various let's say cryptic things, spellcasting, not spellcasting. I'm looking for the
It's
word
wizard
for the thing.
juice.
It's like wizard juice. It's wizard snorting powder, you know.
Holy.
It's wizard cocaine.
Basically, yeah.
Holy.
You've not seen this lich have an actual nose, but you know, maybe
It goes directly into the skull. It's even better. There's no like flesh that
yes.
impedes it.
It is also possible, you're not sure how, even with this check, but there are ways of cursing bismuth to basically trap, like if the wizard snorts this, you could trap the wizard in their own mind.
Damn sick. I love to
Yeah.
cast mental prison on myself when I go take a short rest.
Other than that, bismuth is used in small quantities for spells that help people transverse planes. So for gate
Oh,
or for even for like Misty Step, you could use bismuth.
that makes sense. A lot of conjuration things and
It's a lot
operation.
of conjuration things. It is a lot of transmutation. It's a little bit, yeah. How would I call this? I would call it a metal that helps forge paths, be that a path into your own mind or help you like create a link between yourself and someone else. You know, helping people transfer information. Very popular with teachers. Haha.
That's very
Just, you know,
nice.
do a little bismuth, to snort a little bismuth with the students
Please.
before the study section session.
Trust me, we need it.
Exactly.
Trust me, I've taken angel tears. It's gonna feel good, bro.
You'll feel great. Don't worry about it.
Good lord.
Love it.
But yeah, it could be. Folks could be using this. They could also be brewing something with it.
That makes sense. I am one
Like,
for
with
pilfering
your,
someone's thing.
Yeah, with your little like check, your forensics check, you've noted that a lot of the bottles that are here aren't just potions. Some of them also appear to be wines.
Hmm. Not bad. Not bad. Man's living the life, you know.
Exactly. With his nose and his tongue.
Love it.
What about you, Vittorio?
Well, Vittorio is looking primarily at the botanica that is around here, be that dried up or actually still fresh, perhaps even planted in something. Yeah, see if you can find some kind of interesting things that are growing.
Sure. You can make a botany check.
A botany check. Can I make a herbalism check?
I mean, at that point, you're immediately going for the identification of things. Well, you haven't even found the things yet. I'd like you to make the check first to
suppose
see
that's
what you
fine.
find.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Very well. Well, that's yeah, that's a 3.
You find some very peculiar things here. There are a couple of plants mixed in there that are not actually completely dried up, but all of them have peculiarities to them. There's a small pot which has a sapling in it that is completely black. And its little leaves, the ones that it has, little baby leaves, are dark green, but then like when you look at it from another angle from below, they have like this copper sheen to them. There's also a very finely trimmed little rose bush standing in the windowsill, which has black roses. And there's also a tiny little baby berry shrub. But when you get like close to it to inspect its gleaming black berries, the shrub begins to like shudder in place.
The shrub with berries that shudders when I approach it.
Yes.
Lately, a lot of plants have been doing that.
Yeah. Some black roses and what did you say about the first thing?
It was a sapling, a tree sapling.
Tree sampling.
It will need many years to grow to its full potential.
Mm-hmm. May I attempt to identify these?
How would you like to identify them?
I can cross-reference with whatever books on flora I have myself, both from Arkhona and from the ethereal.
I'm going to tell you that you're not going to find these plants in any of these.
Yeah, I figured as much. Hum.
There are ways, but not with the things that you have in your inventory.
Yeah. I imagine there are no labels anywhere here, Amber.
Not on the plant. At most, they would probably have like a name or something, but like that's like their actual name, not their like this is their genus.
Hear me out. If I wander off to the library and try to find any books pertaining to flora, can I then make a check to try and identify these lovely flora?
If you do what?
If I go to the library that is quite
Mhm.
literally next door and
Yeah.
locate a book about flora,
Yeah, you may.
very well, then I shall do so. Do you want me to roll to locate the book as well, or is it relatively
No, it's
easy
okay.
to find? Okay.
I mean, your other party members have already perused this library
This is true.
and will be able to point you in the direction of things that aren't
Smart.
rated R.
You know, this entire north wall is smart. Only
Yeah.
the rest is not.
Whoa, a part of it, and also the entire like east wall.
Time for me to look for the things.
Nice. Well, if that is the case, then Victoria will go there. After being pointed in the right direction, he'll collect the book, and then he'll go back out into the workshop with book in hand and try to just go over the pages and see if there are any illustrations that seem to match these or descriptions.
Herbalism with advantage.
Yippee! Can I also add my profession die due to the botany?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Intelligence, herbalism, advantage. Plus. It's a 22 in total.
Okay, that's one.
Ah, okay. Very well. Let's go. And then we roll. So that is a 22, a 15, and a 22. We might as well do them in the order you described them to me, since I didn't specify.
Mm-hmm. The little tree appears to be a shadow top, although it is a very, very young specimen. They are said to grow very tall, and back where they come from, they also grow very quickly. Its leaves will only like bunch up at the very top, and they will indeed have for their entire life that dark green sheen from above, and then a very pretty like copper hue that almost shimmers from beneath. It is incredibly flammable.
Hey, yo,
Yippee!
let's build some ships
And
out of that.
also, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not. It is useful for ships, but not in that way. It has very like fibrous wood, but not like dense enough to build a tree out of. It is instead often woven into these thick ropes.
Oh, interesting.
The rose is perfectly black. Its little images describe that even its root network is completely black, and it only grows in deep caves. It should wilt in the presence of sunlight. And it should also only grow in the Shadowfell, but this one hasn't died yet. So maybe there's a reason for that.
Mm.
It is a very useful little rose bush, though, because its petals can be consumed and grant regenerative properties for an extended period of time. But after consuming them, they quite literally wither away at you. Haha.
Wait, wow.
And after, yes,
Oh.
they will wither away at your constitution. Like
Oh.
after a while, you will simply be left unable to move for a short period of time. Yippee! Mechanically speaking, you you get the the negative of the haste spell at the end of this the regeneration.
Well, that makes sense. How how many rosebuds are on this rose bush?
It has 4.
4. Very well.
Finally, there is the dark berry. Darkberry bushes actually very rarely have berries, but this one clearly does. Quite a handful of them, of these little gleaming black spheres. They are so shiny and so round, they look like someone just sewed like little beads onto this little fluffy bush. But in reality, they are a little bit, I wouldn't call them a little bit dangerous, but they very much absorb the energy of the Shadowfell. And when destroyed, can, I guess, release a little bit of that. When crushed, the berries create an area of magical darkness around them,
Mhm.
which will go away very quickly. As the Shadowfell basically falls apart again because it's not meant to be here. Whoosh. It is evident from the way that you're reading this book on Shadowfell flora and fauna that these plants are all from the Shadowfell.
Yeah, I imagine so. Most interesting. Yeah, I mean, Victorious is reading through that. He's taken some notes of his own. Probably sketching down some little illustrations as well. And yeah, I mean, he spent his time doing that. And I think before we'll leave this place, he'll just try and ask if he can maybe trade something, some kind of flora he has for maybe a berry and like a petal or 2. But we can do that when we leave.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's probably going to be very quickly unless someone has anything that they want to do here.
I think Mark.
I still want to try something that I didn't think of as I thought pet is more cute and more important, but I realized I might want to do this. I would want to look around for any books regarding dragons and then specifically look for essentially the dragon transformation that I'm going through. See if there's any information on how to either further it, stop it, reverse it. I mean, any information is in that regard is good.
Sure, make me a forensics check.
Very good at that. Wabam, 10.
He was not good at that.
No, I mean I wasn't. I didn't think I
He
was
just
good
goes
at it.
at it, in fact.
That's why I was looking for dragon stuff and to initialize.
He's so good at it. Let's be honest. You're just laughing at him. That's not good.
Some dragon smut.
Me intricately reading about how I have to have sex with a dragon.
Yeah. Can testify it works.
Sorry, as you find a book called The Heart of the Glacier.
Oh no.
no.
I'll start reading it.
For real, you just did that.
I mean, I think this has the information what I need, so I'm reading it.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Zarius, you're flipping through the pages, looking for like the right information. You're trying to find oh my fucking god. Let me just open some pages here in yes, of course.
Man, it's weird. Yeah, it's such a weird book.
Yeah, it is a strange book, Zarius. You're not really sure what to make of it.
What
It
do
doesn't read
dragon
away
sex-
like an information book at all.
What do dragon sex positions have to do with this?
I mean, I don't know about that.
That is like, oh, this is why that dragon liked my shortest love. This is why.
Exactly.
Disgusting.
Horrible.
Now, guess we'll have to ask Faust.
You will have to ask Faust because this book, In the Heart of the Glacier, is most assuredly not a book on how to become a dragon. It
No.
does teach you how to become a dragon's lover, though, I guess.
Well, can I inscribe this in my memory real quick?
Lily Mark is like, can you tell me more about
Sure, yeah, you can.
Can I study this book anyway while I waste on Faust?
Sure, you can do that. Step
will do
1, be 8 feet tall. Step 2.
Shit.
Have 4 arms.
Yeah, he's 8 feet tall, she's 40 feet long, you know.
Damn.
The people of Brittle Frost are terrified.
I like to imagine that Zarius, like, you know, when people don't fully talk to themselves while they read, but that, like, soft, barely audible reading to themselves. I like to imagine that he does that. And then people are just hearing him read smut.
Yeah, Vincent, behind you, Lawrence is like nose deep in a book, right? He will not stop reading this book. Then you hear Zarius behind you, like, reading about reading to himself about some sort of fucking, like, some sort of creature romancing a dragon.
Vincent just kind of sits there, leans back, whistling, and then he hears probably something that's so out of pocket that even Vincent kind of looks over his shoulders.
And then he used his forearms to grip tightly on the creature's backside. Just
What the fuck? Zarius?
yeah, I'm trying to read about how I transform more in a dragon, and
It
this
sounds
was
like
like the
you're
one
reading-
dragon book I found.
It sounds like you're reading some sort of, I don't know, pornography?
Yeah, I grabbed it from that section. Like, I imagine it had to be like it should have been in like the like he points at where like the information books are, but there weren't any. I guess he must have misplaced it because it was right there. It's just like hardcore smut. Like,
Lawrence just like looks up and he says, "Yes, this is quite informative. These books."
I don't know,
well, I mean,
I'm not
there's
convinced.
he kind of puts the book down. He's like, "Well, this is mostly teaching me about." I
Cyrus,
imagine I know what a
I don't need to know.
Goliath is.
I don't,
Right?
no, I don't need to know. Cyrus, quite frankly, I don't need to know what it's teaching you. If you can, use your indoor voice. Use your inside your head voice. I don't want to know how dragons mount each other.
I was going to say, I know what a Goliath is, right?
Yeah, you do.
I look at Vince. It's like, no, that's not what I meant. I'm learning a lot about what a Goliath does. I knew the dragon part, sort of.
What is happening? Where am I?
Okay. Look, I was trying to find it, and it's an interesting book. Like, it's.
I mean, the more you flip through the pages, Zarius, the more you think to yourself, "Damn, it's pretty handy to have 4 arms, you know, for all these things that you can do in life."
I was like, damn, you can play a music instrument and do the other things.
What? What?
Having 4 arms would be kind of nice.
Okay.
That is true. Unfortunately, your ancestors used those extra set of arms to develop wings that they would then lose by growing too fucking big.
Losers.
Okay. Vincent stands up. So when are we getting out of here, guys?
Please,
Well, I
be
have to ask Faust something.
Just
Were
saying,
we not going to take a long rest here?
we wouldn't want
You're
to
welcome
stay
to.
our welcome.
Look, see, there's one of us that got both his physical strength and his soul drained, and the other that didn't.
We're still talking about your book.
No, I'm talking about me.
Well,
Also,
sure. But I'm going to run out of crackers soon, and when I run out of food, I start getting bored, and my ADHD starts kicking in.
I recommend that you read a book, Vincent. It's very good for your development.
here, I got one.
I'm going to take a pass on that one, Zaris.
Also, this guy is very fun to play with. I point at the little guy in the ball. I roll him away.
You kick the ball, the creature like rolls over itself.
Poor guy.
And then like stands up again and like runs back towards you.
Poor thing. Victoria just looks at Vincent and he's like, well, the owner of this tower said he wasn't going to move it while we were here, so I guess that's fine. And then we can just rest up a bit, and then we'll get back on the ship.
You can also watch Jerry if you want.
Did you just name someone else's pet?
No, I pull a jar out of my backpack that has a little castle in it and gray fish.
Blink. Why?
Why what?
Why do you have a fish in your...
Do you not remember all the way from when I first was, swimming-ish in the giant whirlpool thing that you guys bound me to, and we found this guy in like an aquarium thing there?
Yep.
Well, this is Jerry.
Yeah, I just didn't know you carried him around with you, but
he's seen everything. Like Jerry's probably the most traveled fish in the world.
Yeah.
On land.
You the Jerry, if it touches the water, will immediately die. So be careful.
That's why he's like stuck. I have like a little. It's a jar with like a lid. So he's like.
Yeah. Well, pray for Jerry. Nothing happens.
At least it's not a shrimp, so I guess he's fine.
Yeah, that shrimp
Can we
definitely
stop
did not
bringing
have
up
your
the
life.
shrimp thing?
I don't think we'll forget it. Just like the shrimp did not forget it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he did because he's dead and he has no memory of the event.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he remembers it in shrimp heaven where he is right now.
that's not a very nice thing to say.
How do you know he's not in shrimp hell?
Obviously, as you went through, I can imagine that he went to shrimp heaven.
I actually just killed Adolf Shrimpler. I'm sorry, guys.
God.
Oh my god.
That's shrimply not okay to say.
Yeah, it is not.
Oh.
I'd ask Mark not to make such jokes, but I know he's shellfish in that regard.
Oh my god.
Good lord. Please kill me now.
Whoa, okay.
End me right now.
Alright, Zarius, you have your book, you go to Faust.
Yes, I will go to Faust.
I have to accompany Zarius as well because I need to ask him something.
Damn,
I will.
Everything.
I'll put Jerry.
Oh, like
I'll
getting
put
in
Jerry
line.
away.
Expect.
I'll put Jerry away and I'll knock. Seeing the row behind me, I'll ask, do you have some time? For a quick question and maybe a follow-up. And then I look behind me, 2 more.
Meanwhile, Faust is like, no, I do not have time.
Faust is like, let me find my voice box real quick.
Exactly.
Deadass.
Vincent running out of food and walking around the corridors, just fucking poking things and moving shit and just being like, what the fuck is this?
I fear you will keep returning either way, just speak up.
I will be like, I'll take a step in, seeing. I hope he doesn't react too much. I'll give a nod and a little bit of a bow. See, I'm interested in dragons, more specifically, the nature of people transforming more into them. Would you have any knowledge or research on the subject? And from what the little information I know, you do it through infusing parts of dragons into yourself. And if that's the case, do you perhaps very maybe have a part of a dragon I could acquire? But the first step is the more important one.
You're asking a lot of questions, not just one, I would like to point out.
Well, two, and some follow-ups. That's what I said.
They gotta forgive later.
They kind of like slightly roll their skull around on their neck.
Cyrus has to hold back the instinct of his heart. Just says, "Did he just fucking roll his eyes at me?"
Very likely.
My area of expertise is not dragons or dragon transformations. Very few succeed in such a regard. The Dracolich is another matter entirely. I have killed dragons for their parts and picked them apart, yes. For my experiment.
I look curiously. Would you perhaps still have something that I could theoretically acquire?
Yes and no.
Damn.
Damn.
Understandable.
Damn. Damn.
Oh, damn.
It's understandable. Also, no books on the matter. Well, besides this one, which is a good book, by the way. Hold on the book.
I care not enough about dragons to write them.
No, that is fair.
Unfortunately, unlike plants, they rarely sit still when you pick them apart.
That depends on when you pick them apart, I suppose. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for the help. I'm gonna continue reading my book now. I'm gonna go back.
Zayas droops off with his tail between his legs.
Well,
Oh
at
no.
least I still have it.
That's true.
Exactly. Tell him.
A
Damn.
large yellow tentacle reaches in through the window.
Wow. Unbelievable. Zara's gonna kidnapped and killed.
Yeah. Victoria's gonna.
The Lich cannot sigh, but
Yeah.
you see their shoulders like sag.
Oh my god.
No.
Disappointment.
What is it now?
Well, I figured that I'd ask. Maybe you'd like to trade some flora. I might have some things that, well, I mean, might not be from your world. You clearly have quite the collection. I saw the shadow top and the black rose bush from the Shadowfell, as well as that berry bush.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be
And you
interested?
thought to yourself, let me ask both if they would like to have a little seed swap.
He just looks at him and is like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Cooked.
What do you have?
No, he's interested.
Yeah, he's like, well, I still have some. I still have. Well, I suppose I could trade one or two of something that is called buried starlight. It well, the ones I collected, and as far as I know, they only really grow in craters from well, big objects, rocks and the like that fall from up in the sky in well, outside of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this particular flora, well, if you could you could brew it up as a tea, and he looks at Faust as he says that, and he's like, well, I guess maybe you don't really drink tea, but
I drink.
oh, then that might work quite well. It keeps you quite alert, and
I'm always alert.
well, this keeps you even more alert, really. Uh, you're not really gonna be surprised by anything.
When you've lived as long as I have, there are very few things that can surprise you anymore.
For example, like your tower ending up in the astral sea, and then a random ship crashing into the coral reef that has now formed around your tower. You mean like that?
Unforeseen circumstances, indeed.
Hmm. Well, I have the buried starlight. I do have something, though. Uh, I don't think that's probably of interest to you. I have something called tiger's milk, which can be used for surgeries. It can improve wound closing, that sort of thing. But he again looks him up and down. Not sure how much use you'd find of that.
Faust turns to you. What do you think?
No, that's what I meant. I'm not sure how much use you'd find of it. Maybe for the surgery part, I suppose. On, I don't know, your Shadowfell experiments.
Right. It would always be good to have something on hand for vivisections.
Cooked.
Uh,
Are you offering?
well, yeah, seeing if you're interested in a bit of a swap.
Oh, I was inquiring if you were interested in a vivisection. I have noted that you are quite a specimen.
Yeah, no, not really offering up myself for any kind of being cut into. The Victoria's expression kind of sours a bit.
Mm. Very well. Your loss.
Uh-huh. Well, if you're not interested in swapping some flora, then that's fine.
These are the two plants that you have.
Well, the ones that I can just easily swap with you.
Mhm. Faust stares at you without saying anything.
Hey,
I
man.
don't. It's like the silence just keeps drawing on Vittorio. It's
Yeah.
becoming it's getting to the point where it's like, should we say something? Are they awake?
Yeah, Victoria is like, well, yeah. If you're not interested, as I said, that's fine. I'll just take my leave then.
We can swap.
Oh,
If only for the fact that your collection is pathetically small.
Oof.
Yeah, I haven't been collecting and planting for that long. It's when he gestures around at the entire room. Well, basically the tower is like when you're not traveling around in a tower and usually on foot or by horseback. It's kind of hard to
You think I
plant
always
shit.
traveled around in a tower?
No, but
Exactly.
for quite a long time, I imagine. Point
Mm,
point being, yeah, I haven't been planting for long.
very well. As I said, we can trade.
Oh, that's appreciated.
It is appreciated that you came to me with actual offers.
He like
Lord Wall.
yeah, he just looks at me and is like, oh, what have people just been asking for stuff without any? Oh, that's kind of rude.
Kick.
I've grown quite used to it. Mortals like talking in circles. Ironic.
Yeah, you'd think it would be the other way around. Like if you have all the time in the world on your hands, you'd like talk around in circles instead of yeah, people that have quite the short lifespan. But I guess not.
Eventually, you run out of things to say.
Hmm. Hasn't happened to me yet though.
You have barely lived.
Based. It's true.
Hmm. That's yeah, that's fair. Well, I'll I'll see if I can find a place to put these down. If you were interested in the begonias and the tiger's milk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then we can sort that out. And yeah, Victoria will step on out, get that stuff sorted.
Perfect.
Yeah.
As for my inquiry,
As you pass by Vittorio, he like whispers like, Togas, you should Togas, you should really like offer something in return. Apparently everyone's been asking for shit without offering anything in return. And he's really not liking it.
Lawrence literally stole like a handful of scrolls from the bottom floor. I'm pretty sure that I've not been reading this place.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a funny joke. And he starts moving away.
He blinks, looks at you, gives you that relief face. Well, yeah, we just walk inside. Hello. So, I
don't care about the scrolls.
yeah, I figured else you would have already turned him into a statue or something.
There are no eyes left for me to peer through.
That makes sense. Speaking of, I was looking for some knowledge regarding a particular topic. I need to mentor someone in the arts of, well, spellcasting, and I'm definitely not qualified, being as young as I am, and, well, an expert in the arts of the arcane. So, I was wondering if you perhaps had some kind of tome or book or scroll that would perhaps aid in the process of developing someone's spark. Of course, not just asking for a gift. And starts rumbling in his backpack. I've got some important things that you might be interested in, particularly from our world. Personally, I like to collect things that I would really put my hands upon. I think this is a good chance.
What do you pull out?
Oh, sorry. I just coughed my fucking lungs out.
Yippee.
Don't worry, I had it too. I literally threw up a little bit from how hard I had to cough earlier. I was like, oh no, this is not good. This is the end for me.
I'm gonna pull out the chunk of moonstone that I took off the back of the shats back in the day when we survived a century worm by it slamming itself a Mach 4 against that immovable object.
Mm-hmm.
This one, perhaps the item itself has no particularly interesting properties, though I do think it might. I have not had the chance to research it yet. It comes off the back of a mythical creature. We call it the Shats from where we are from. Sort of like a mountain guardian, a god-made beast. Some kind of myth that's not really a myth because, well, I met it and I took a piece of a gem off its back. It's very large for its size, and I do feel like it holds some magical properties I've not had the chance to investigate. But I don't think I will. I have so many things on my hands that I'll rarely have the time to do half the things I want to do. I kind of understand the point of Licham now.
Oh no.
There's a creak. As Faust, like, fully turns in their chair to face you.
He just holds
Do you
this like
know?
two-handed chunk of gem. Yeah, well, the price to pay seems to be quite excessive, but I suppose eternal life is nothing short of very costly.
This is true.
If it's
I'm
of
over that now.
no, sorry, what did you say?
It says, fortunately, I'm over that now.
Yeah, I suppose after a bit of time, you stop worrying about things of the like. Especially when you have so much time, I guess. Well, this is what I can offer you. This is the, I suppose, most interesting thing I could offer you. Really, I guess I didn't pack heavy on my way here. I have some scrolls, if you're interested, but I would assume someone
No.
like you. Yeah, fair enough.
Faust takes the scale.
Does he lick it?
Does not lick it with his big tongue.
Fuck.
But they do scrape their nails over its surface.
Man said lick it. He's crazy work.
Very well.
If it helps, I'm trying to tutor an awakened griffin that seems to have some draconic influence in their bloodline.
It does not. Says Faust, as they raise their hand, and one of the books from the shelves in this room tumbles out
Yippee!
and kind of drags itself across the floor onto the desk.
Yippee!
Faust places their hand over it
Blinka splinka.
and open with the other drawer. With their other hand, they open a little drawer and they pull out another fresh book,
Blinka splinka.
Which they open on a blank page.
Super blinka.
And they begin to recite an incantation.
Oh nay!
Oh yeah.
Medicine.
That's crazy work, my dudes.
I'm getting cracked over the head, guys. Help!
Yes.
Help!
As they like brush their hand over each page, the pages are filled with words, and then they flip them over quite rapidly, so one after the other, slowly filling this book while holding their hand upon the other one. Every now and again, they stop.
Yeah.
And they scrape with their long, like, bony fingers across the page, and some of the, like, words and pieces disappear as though they were redacted.
Well,
And they continue flipping again until, quite quickly, they've produced a tome for you.
Eee. Tome, so much happiness.
These are my thoughts, my notes, when I had my own first apprentice. The things I
Blicka.
had to keep in mind. As well as some charts of their improvement.
Interesting. Douglas will be like, look at the book, look at the name, look at the book. You had apprentices? Huh. Well, I guess if you had a lot of time on your hands, I suppose it's something you would try at least once. How did it go?
Some of them are still out there in the world. Others are gone now.
Yeah, I understand. Was it hard to let them go? Was it a little bit, I guess, heartbreaking?
I don't have a heart.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really happen in the physical sense. But I can imagine you have to grow some kind of attachment when you tutor someone for such a long time.
They helped me see some things that I have lost sight of.
I suppose that makes sense in a way.
Even as a master, we can learn from our students.
Definitely. I mean, my student doesn't have a lot to teach me, but I suppose that's just me speaking now. I bet in about 3 or 4 years I'll say a completely different thing. No.
Faust clicks with their teeth. They dismiss the book. It crawls back onto the shelf.
Oh. Got cooked. He looks at the book going up to the shelf. Well, I'll suppose I could make use of that. I'm not a powerful arcanist like you are, but I feel like I could at least apply the principles.
You will not need to know magic of the 9th tier to teach someone.
Well, that is definitely reassuring. Are there any books left on the desk then?
Yeah, the copy that they gave you.
Ah, okay, so he made a copy. I was like, oh, he just sent the book back in the case. I'm like, alright.
No, I used Intaglio to make a copy of the entire book, like in a
makes sense.
rapid fashion.
Yeah, like a 1 second kind of thing. Yeah, I understand.
I mean, it took more than a second. It takes a little bit, but you know.
1 moment.
Of course.
Very well. I'll take the copy. I will nod. Well, I'll treasure this knowledge, I suppose. Thank you very much. I mean, at this point, it's basically a gift, but I'm very grateful.
They keep
They keep the scale to them and put it in the desk drawer.
Yeah. Honestly, one scale I go for random chance versus decades of arcane knowledge. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
You read the book, it's all redacted.
Everything is fucking striped
Huh?
black.
Every other word except the and is redacted. Shit.
Shit.
DLC, you need to pay more for it.
I go gold. Shit.
Exactly.
Exactly. Remember, we can sort out the flora stuff later. So don't need to take up a bunch of time with that right now.
Okay. Very well.
What is Vincent doing? I look at Brandon.
At the time of his life.
Probably wandering the corridors, possibly getting lost.
Based.
Walking up some
There's like
staircase,
3 corners. He's like, guys, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going anymore.
walking up and down the spiraling staircase, being like, am I on the right floor? Did I go up?
I
Guys,
mean,
please?
the other floors are like looking a lot different now that they've been repaired, you know. So it's like, damn, where am I?
Yep, he's probably gone up a couple of floors, and then gone down a floor, and then gone back up, and he's like, was I down? Up? No. This
You
isn't.
don't remember seeing any of this, Vincent. Like, none of this makes any sense. It also looks like there's enough space to host like 20 people in this tower, but it's just this lich by himself.
Yippee, Blitch by Blelf.
Except Stevie, who is just like, you open a door
Stevie!
like in one of the like lower floors, and Stevie is just there, and he looks at you, and you look at him.
Me and my homies love Stevie, honestly.
This is a whole lot of space for someone who's by himself. Probably just looking around, goes into his pouch to get another cracker from his rations, realize he's eaten them all. I knew this was going to happen.
No star.
I'm going to die and starve, lost in this tower, alone.
Cooked.
Guys! He's probably just wandering the corridors, probably like doing that typical thing where someone like leans on one of the sconces and then like snaps it off, looks at it, he's like, oh shit! Up, looks around at anywhere, lifts up a carpet,
You
throws
see
it
a
under
tiny
the carpet.
lonely looking up at you. He's seen you, caught you in the act. He's currently like weaving a little tapestry.
You haven't seen anything.
It
Puts the
slowly
sconce-
shakes its head.
Puts the sconce next to him. Covers him back with the carpet as he goes, shh. Anyway, I should probably try and find my way back to the others. He'll probably just keep looking around and eventually find his way back to everyone else in the main room that Lawrence was chilling in and Zarius were chilling in.
Alright. Vincent returns to the land of the living after being lost for 17 days in the tower.
Oof. 50 years in the tower. Vincent!
He's
The
aged
typical
2
thing where-
decades.
That typical thing where like
so
the
it just looks the
jaw,
same.
the jaw is like inwards, like it looks like disheveled and like malnourished.
Vincent, it's been 5 minutes. What's going on?
Good. So are we like staying the night here or the night, day, whatever it is?
Sorry, just holds up the book. I will. If I did lose part of my very soul, it would be nice to know if it returns after a night and not have to go back here to see if I can then get it back.
Soul? What?
You know, when you power the thing, your essence was sucked into it.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it ate your souls, Arius. I think that's a little bit too much.
No, I don't think it ate my entire soul, but like a little bit. So I was like, "Are you sure that's gonna return?"
Well, I'm sure it didn't eat your soul.
Honestly, I'm not sure there's much of a soul left after what you did to that poor shrimp.
That's true.
I look at him and like, I look at him like I went to well, I want to say heaven, but it was neutrality really right after it. So
You did do that shrimp pretty nasty.
yeah, just I look at Vincent really annoyed, just like this Goliath did to this dragon, and he starts describing it.
Like a little kid, he'll like plug his ears with his fingers. No,
Just
no.
like a stare at him.
No,
He keeps the stare. He's just there like, and then the dragon.
Lawrence just like looks up and he says, "Huh. Ah, I understand now. It's one of those. It seems that the plaques on the genres, like the plaques indicate genres, and that one must be enemies to lover."
Good gold.
Who would fall in love with their enemy? That's stupid.
And
That
then the
does seem
Goliath
stupid.
said,
Stop it. Xarius, stop. I don't want to hear it. Lars doesn't want to hear it. The walls don't want to hear it.
But yeah, no, I think wouldn't it be better to just rest up here?
Yeah, probably.
Send up a message to the crew that we're fine.
I feel like we are abusing hospitality a little, but I mean, I guess if the homeowner doesn't mind, we should ask.
Well, I mean, you already said it was fine, no?
Like they say in Ember Kern, if you have people over, kick them out before dinner time.
Damn, but Kieran sounds like a really hostile place.
They definitely
well-
do not kick people out for dinner time.
Oh, maybe that was just my mom. I respond to the voice in the sky.
Mother looks down. I never said that.
Who said that?
She was very strict, but I mean, yeah, I feel like I've already bothered Faust enough. Maybe the one who's got his mouth removed once can give it a shot.
That's an even worse idea.
no,
How did you think about it?
You want me
I
to
don't-
go and ask him if we could? That is
It
hilarious.
was a
don't-
joke.
I don't know why we're arguing about it. Like, he already said it was fine.
Yeah, well, if he's fine with that, then we can just find a place to rest and hit it for the night. Well,
Nice.
honestly, I would much rather go back to the ship, if you guys don't mind.
You want to sleep while it's rocking and weaving, and not sleep on a comfortable flat surface.
You'll
that doesn't
understand
keep
when you
moving?
get a daughter, Zarius, but you'd much rather sleep with your daughter in your hands in the middle of a volcano than the most comfortable of beds.
See, I trust your wife.
I'm not sure why you'd say that, but I also trust. Well, no, wait, no. I know you-
Zargus grins very widely.
Stop that right now.
No, but they'll be fine one night. Also,
I didn't know they
I-
had like a wedding in secret. I guess
We
I wasn't
didn't.
invited.
That's the whole point.
Mm,
how many gifts have you given her? I look at him.
But why would I keep tally?
Well, it's important in halfling culture.
No, in halfling culture, they don't keep count of how many gifts you've given to every person you've met.
He waggles left and right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, when your wife and husband, it doesn't really make a difference. You stop keeping count, right?
We're also not married.
Looks at Xarius with side eye, like.
Just this wide grin.
Shake my head.
But I'd honestly rather sleep here.
Yeah,
I
can-
trust Jace with Alari.
I trust everyone back at the ship. It's, I suppose, more comfortable that way.
Almost everyone.
I was going to say, well, then you're doing better than I am.
Yeah, I mean, your first impression was definitely not the best.
I'm sorry. I just fought hundreds of things that were trying to murder us.
Yeah, I think we were all pretty shaken after that one.
Speaking of, I shake my scythe a little bit. Seeing that it's
What the fuck?
tired.
I shake my scythe.
Are you telling me that your scythe is flaccid?
No.
Okay.
No, he's
Just-
jostling the guy inside.
No. There's nothing inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely something inside that thing.
No, because it got away.
It got away.
Oh, you're right, it got away.
That's what happened. That's why he said speaking of, because that thing that was in it
Hooked.
got out of it.
Whoopsie.
Itsy bee.
Well, either way, either we rest here or we go back to the ship. I mean, those are two simple choices. We're allowed to rest here if we want to.
Yeah, well, I feel like I'd rather go to the ship.
Right? That was one person was the ship. Darius wants to rest here because of, and he looks at you. You think a piece of your soul was stolen?
Well, first, yes, because the magic I used to power the orb sucked more of me than I wanted to.
Yeah, I think this is gonna get more and more common the more smart books he reads.
And-
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
That was not my intention, but I get it. And second, it's much more comfortable. It's not swaying. It's not moving. I'm not reminded that I'm in the water every single moment.
Yeah, that sounds a pretty good option for you, definitely.
Well, and Vincent, I take it you want to go back to the ship. You seem pretty restless.
I couldn't care less if I'm honest. I could sleep here and I could sleep on the boat.
All right. As he looks over at Lawrence and well, he's probably just gonna finish that book and then fall asleep in that chair.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
He's so
You
focused that his
are
wings
the-
are out.
You are the greatest Star Child. Yes, you are. Yes, you
He's not the Star Child.
He's the child of the stars. That's what he means.
are. He is a child of the Star Child.
We are all children of the Star Child.
Exactly.
Yes, we
but
are.
that's what we would be. To say we would
Star
be the Star
children,
Child.
Children. Star Child children.
Star child children.
Shh, it's okay, Lawrence. Read your book. Shh, it's okay.
Shh, it's right. Boring.
So wait, does that make, if you get a child, does that mean that your child is your sibling? So is this for a moment?
Blink.
Strange things to say.
What?
Well, if everyone's the Star Child's
I
child,
know that you are a godless heathen, Zarius.
Hey, I follow a god.
Evidently not in the right way.
Well,
Cooked.
no, in a far more realistic way.
Is it?
I am clearly not a child of that god. He points at himself. Doesn't mean I don't follow him.
Well, either way, tell you what, Zarius, Lawrence, and he looks at Vincent. You guys just chill here. I'll take Tokas back to the ship, and we'll just see each other in the morning.
Isn't he just gonna fly?
It looks at Vittorio like this again. Yeah, I mean, I can just fly my way there, but if you want to come to the ship, yeah, that's also fine. I don't mind.
I need to plant these things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Look, I don't want to, but I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. So if
Sleeping?
He kind of like leans over in staying here.
He's already shown the fact that he could have torn Lawrence into a taxidermy, and he didn't after he stole from him. I think we're going past the point of being hostile.
I mean, careful. I'm just saying, I don't think it's a good idea to split up.
I mean, I suppose it's fair, but I don't see much loss in doing it.
Besides the fact, who has the boat?
Me. I have the boat.
Whoa, the boat is my boat. You have the bigger boat.
Oh, you mean the folding boat?
Yeah, which other boat? You mean the ship?
Yeah, the boat.
No, we have a boat and then we have a ship, right? We have the bigger boat and then we have the smaller boat.
Right, well, as captain, I declare myself as owner of both.
Oh my god.
I don't think that's how it works. But anyway, if two of us are going and Vincent clearly doesn't care, I am definitely partial to staying here with all of us because it's more comfortable. And Lawrence probably doesn't care because there's a copy of that book.
Well, we're at an impasse then.
Well, no, I'm just saying there's two people that want to go, two people that don't care, and one that wants to stay here. Then I think it's pretty clear what the option is.
Oh,
We go to
well,
the
maybe.
boat.
I point at Vincent like, yeah.
Fantastic.
Honestly, that's what I said from the beginning.
I need to get in some training with Alari anyway. He's learning to fly, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to wait for Atropos a little bit more. She's quite hefty and large girl, apparently. Didn't expect her to grow this big.
I don't think you're supposed to call women large.
I mean, she's half dragon. There's a big chance she's gonna grow up until the size of a, like. He thinks for a moment how to put this gently. Amber, what's the biggest creature that isn't like gargantuan that I know? Like animal, not monster.
That isn't gargantuan.
Yeah.
That isn't gargantuan.
Was the dragon tor huge?
Dragon ogre, yeah.
Dragon ogre, sorry, the dragon ogre.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's a chance she grows as big as the dragon ogre. I mean, they're half dragon.
Well, that would be awesome and also very impractical, so I hope not.
I mean, the size she's going to grow to is already impractical.
That's not impractical, she's just large.
She's the size of a horse when she's an adult.
I just feel like I still feel uncomfortable with you calling her large. I don't know, but it's...
What terminology should I use?
She's a
We're-
baby.
Yeah, she's a baby now. I'm talking about the future.
I know, but she's a baby, so it doesn't matter. Babies are supposed to be fat.
Yeah, no, but this is Tokus asking Vincent.
I don't know, something like... I don't know, you're a man of many words. Something that doesn't feel so insulting. Large just feels like... I don't know, I feel like I've been slapped before for less.
Well built.
Yes, well built.
She's not well built. That's all baby fat and feathers.
Chunky.
I was gonna say chonky, but I don't think Zarius would say that if he's trying to say something not me.
Chunky is an actual word, not chonky. Don't fucking say chonky.
Chunky.
Anyway,
You guys can go to the boat. You don't have to have a...
but I mean, like, her eventual size is going to be impractical either way. Like, she's never going to easily be able to stay in a tavern or any bed for that matter.
Well, definitely she's gonna need to make her own things then.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it so that her size would still be impractical.
Well, I hope not. We'll see how fast she grows.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Alari though. Wouldn't maybe help Atropos if Alari and Atropos learn to fly together?
Well, it's not time for her to learn how to fly yet.
Well, it's good for her to mimic.
I suppose so, but it might
With Alari Alari is flying much more on instinct because I imagine Atropos has to think about it. Alari's just doing it because he knows that's just his instinct.
Well, she's still a griffin. Her instincts have not disappeared just because she's become more smart. She's still a grifter after all.
Our instincts are there, but they are definitely more suppressed because we think.
Well,
we think about what we do.
Well, she's not human, sorry. There's a clear, distinct difference.
I think, therefore, I am.
Yeah, that's definitely something like that. But for now, I'm taking it easy. And yeah, we're doing some gymnastics, we're doing some activity. And we're getting those wings stretched. Once she's aware that her wings are even there, then I think it's a good time to start.
All right. Long rest time and training Alari time. Every day, Alari, every day.
Poor
Press the long rest button.
Poor fucking creature.
It's not like intense workout training. It's just
Slaving away. Work.
A question, Amber. 2 questions, actually.
Oh no, he's asking 2 questions.
Mhm.
1, does my strength return? And 2, does
Yeah.
my why are my stats in my backpack?
Sorry, you lost all of your strength.
Wait,
Where the
what did he just say? What did he say?
What?
Like, look,
Please, my stats are in my backpack. Help me, please.
look, my stats are in my backpack.
Please, my stats are in my backpack.
What are you
The
doing?
fucking realization. Wait, why are my stats in my backpack?
Look, my stats are in my backpack.
I don't know why that happened.
Based. I guess you don't have any more stats, sorry to say.
Yeah.
Also, does my HP return?
No, you lost all of it.
No, it's gone forever. I'm lucky.
My max health lowered. That should be 37.
I don't know why you're saying that your stats are in your backpack. Like, it literally just, like, shows you the calculation of how much things you can carry.
Wow, he doesn't even look at his own things. Unbelievable. Wow.
Because if I click on inventory, my stats are in my inventory, while they used to be in my settings.
Please send
In my
help.
details.
Stats are in backpack.
Yeah, they just
beg.
changed.
But does my max HP return?
No, it's gone forever.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Nice.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't.
What if you don't? What if you do? What if you don't? Who knows?
Wow. What is happening here?
To reload my foundry because my sheet would not open.
Oh, nay.
I don't know why I rolled a constitution ability check either.
The Constitution ability back.
Because my sheet wasn't even open, so.
Why are my stats so
Why are your stats so weak?
wonky?
I feel that.
Why are your stats so weak?
Honestly,
6
what about
times
me
5.
too?
Party, return to the ship. You have a long rest.
Yeah, I can't
The next
wait.
day comes.
Yippee!
Yippee.
Let me rest my lung.
Ah, what a day! I feel so much better.
2 seconds later, oh, nice.
Vittorio, who is literally now has an octopus arm this day.
Cooked.
Yeah, I don't know what surprise is waiting for me today.
It's gotta be rough, man. It's gonna be rough if he actually has fucking.
No, you got. This is gonna be something great. Like, you don't notice it physically, and it's just gonna give you a boost.
No
Definitely.
matter what happens, I'll always love you.
Oh, thank you.
We all do, don't worry.
No matter what happens, I'll never forget you.
Cooked.
So cool.
No, Vincent. There's also something I want to pass by you.
Oh, what?
I'm good at languages. I pick them up very fast, and I want to see if it's correct.
Ah, yes, I am known for
Being correct.
speaking lots of languages.
No, but I've heard some people speak. I've heard you speak. I've heard Omari talk to herself. I'm gonna just drop Elven. I'm gonna start speaking Elven to you.
Beep bop, boop, bop, beep bop, bam.
Oh, that's actually pretty good, Cyrus.
Yeah, and I snip my hands. I'm like, yeah, water crab is not the only language I know.
This is some pretty good pronunciations. Be careful with the silent letters. Sometimes they can be a bit tricky, but I mean, you know what? That's some pretty good bloody Elvish.
Thanks. I can teach you a bit of Draconic.
Okay.
Like, everyone in
Victoria,
our
you feel
party
like
speaks
yourself today.
I feel like myself today.
Don't
That's
say
a victory.
anything outwardly.
Outwardly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your intestines have been replaced with a rainbow gummy.
Your intestines are now a giant
A
constrictor
rubber
snake.
hose.
Yeah.
Well, that means Vittorio is in a decent mood.
I hope you stay in a good mood today.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you stay in a good mood for when the next thing happens.
We see Nurgle approach your ship.
I mean, you guys do not have a good day sailing at all.
Oh no!
No, why do you say that
You
to
guys
us like that?
leave, like, after being hewed out of the reef, like, somewhere in your rest. The ship leaves again.
No.
Faust's tower disappears in the distance behind the waves. And you sail on in the direction of the nearest wind route that will take you to the Isle of Drakes. Unfortunately, the wind just ceases. There's no pockets nearby to steer into. And so you're dependent solely on the little gusts of wind that your current passenger, the wind genasi, can provide you with.
Skippy.
Which is giving you at least the ability to keep moving forward instead of getting stuck in the doldrums for heaven knows how long.
No, not Skippy.
You become intimately familiar with just how awful it is not to have wind in your sails.
Yeah, that makes sense. Damn. More no wind. So cooked.
Vincent actively blowing puffs of air into the sails.
Please.
You beg for more wind, but the only wind that is there is the genasi who stands next to you, Vincent, cups their hand over their mouth and goes, and then the winds do in fact tent.
Yippee!
The
Now I can
sails
command the
tent
air.
full of wind. And your ship rocks forward again.
Johnny.
Let's have a look and see if things turn around for you.
Finger crossed, man. We're getting
Only a D4.
booked.
Here. How much?
A D4.
3.
Not many dices of options right there.
The absolute disbelief in Mark's fucking voice there. How much?
Yeah, I thought you said 3d4. I'm like,
Huh?
That's funny.
Where is he? I'm here. You roll me a D20 now.
okay, let's see the d20. 18. I always say high's good. Except for what I remember, except while rolling things to encounter.
Okay.
I like it when she says that.
My heart is filled with fear.
All the time. every day. I
I
become
love
more
that for you.
Every
Not
day
good.
shuffle.
We are dead.
We have died. That
You
was
have
it, guys.
It was good while it lasted.
Definitely.
Yeah, well,
Alright, so my next concept is going to be a hairdresser. Thoughts?
I like it.
Yeah.
My next character concept is going to be a guy who shits himself.
Excuse me?
No, he's still in Arkhona. It's fine.
Oh yeah, he's still in our group. That's right.
Very concerning.
It's okay. My next concept is a very, 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 very old dwarf that has a weird floating skull.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know where it came from.
I have
Yeah,
no
how-
next concept outside of Yogrim, so I would need to think.
To stink, even?
Yeah, I
Crazy
would need
word.
to. I would
I
need
like
to
that as
think.
well.
He's stinking. This
I'm
man is straight
stinking.
up stinking all over the place.
I was like, my next concept is it's just a guy. He's called Lucius. He wears strange armor.
He has a laser gun.
Yeah.
I wonder where we took this unique concept
Unique
from.
concept.
Concept round.
I wonder where it came.
Here comes Igor Glasgow.
Another unique concept. I
As
wonder where you guys
the
are going.
Adelhard's endeavor glides through the rather still, silvery seas quietly for hours on end. You've spent at least a day in the doldrums without wind and with no little portals in sight. You see something peculiar in the distance, almost perpendicular to the ship. Clouds roiling in the sky. But they are not regular gray clouds of a rainstorm from back home. Let me see if I can. Oh, perfect. I have something. Not.
Lever, Johnny,
Yeah, pretty.
lever.
There are clouds in hues of gray and blue, but streaking through them is lightning in flashes of pink and yellow, branching out like a tree, but it is almost as though the lightning is striking upwards from the ocean and into the clouds, making it appear more so like a tree with all of its manifold branches and little clouds clinging to the tips of them whenever another strike lights it up. Your crew, even in all of their many activities, go over and take a peek at this strange phenomenon. But the storm does not approach. There's no wind for it to do so. And so it simply remains a sort of uncomfortable thing sitting at the corners of your vision.
Hmm.
In the direction that we're going, or off to the side?
It is perpendicular to you.
Yeah.
So you are
Yeah.
moving, I wouldn't say in the same direction, but, you know, it is not the direction that you're going.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have our little.
It's actually moving towards us.
We have our
Hold up.
little air genasi gusts.
Man's
mate.
doing his best. He has
Air
only so
genasi
much lung
gusts.
capacity for a big ship like this. You should be glad you even have him, or you'd be stuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're very thankful. Every one of us just sitting, we're not being able to do much. You just hear.
Can you hyperventilate, my dude? Terrible, terrible time.
Wait a second, couldn't Tokas push the ship if he just cast fly? Like he just like push like a car without an engine.
What? Man has
Oh,
smoked
no.
too many things.
The ship still weighs a lot.
600 men.
600 men.
Exactly what I thought.
It's Lawrence. I mean, Toga's about to begin another song about a journey of 600 men.
I don't think I'm in the mood.
When Ilmare calls down from the crow's nest,
Oh,
because she has seen a ship on starboard side.
you.
So
Not good. Not liquor.
Turn my head
And
left.
so every single eye turns starboard as from the storm wall, half a mile away, a two-masted ship emerges.
Oh, that's more masts than we have. No, never mind. That's exactly how many masts we have.
That is exactly how many masts you have.
Time to 1v1 him.
All I'm hearing is a easy prey.
Yeah.
Whoa.
As you take in its sight, the
600 men.
sound cuts across the water.
That's our ship, isn't it? Ja, Bismillah, that's our ship.
God.
Amber,
Someone's on a
Yes.
massive league streak.
I will start doing something in response to hearing that noise.
hyperventilate.
I can't technically physically use my hands because I'm steering, right? But I wanted to ask if this would work. Can I do this while just singing and using this?
He's doing that! Stop him! He's doing that!
Can I use counter charm by spending my action to sing and using illusory instrument to basically put the backup, or if I don't know if that's even needed.
Sure, you may.
I will start doing that while steering the ship, and I'll sing a song about courage. Heave-o, heave-o, you kijkt er niet, Goddo. For the sorry.
What?
It's Dutch.
What?
But I'll start doing a counter charm, and I don't know who that reaches, but I will say around me those that have hands free.
Mm-hmm. The people in the ship reluctantly sing along with you. Sorry.
They're fucking scared shitless, poor guys.
Ilmare appears next to you guys on the deck.
Yippee, hello!
She pulls out a spyglass.
Honestly, very understandable. Yeah.
Very.
I was supposed to return this.
That was not a spyglass.
You
Yours
took a little
telescope.
bit too long. Took it upon myself.
Damn, you heard her. She
But maybe
took
I'll let you return it to me later. She says if she will peer at the ship through her spyglass again. It doesn't look like it's in good condition.
It doesn't sound like it's in good condition either.
Most assuredly not. That sounded positively like a terrible, terrible thing.
Yep.
She says, holding out the spyglass.
That does not even sound like a thing.
Almost sounds like the screech of agony of a bunch of restless spirits.
Very descriptive, but I guess that's kind of it.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. You'd be suggesting that ghosts are navigating a ship. That's just stupid, right?
Yeah, it'd be terribly stupid and strange for an undead to be in a place like this.
Mm-hmm. Wait, why
That
did you
was-
say that sarcastically?
I think because it was sarcasm. It's very likely that this is indeed some kind of massive undead of some kind.
It's fucking terrifying. But we'll stand our ground.
Yeah, Zarius.
Oh, you're shooting my friends.
Well, Vittorio, who does not have a telescope, or not telescope, spyglass, he's like, well, I don't know if that's coming closer or not. But,
I mean, she's not she's just held it out now, like in front of her. She's already taken her look.
I see.
Now she's passing around her telescope or her spyglass.
Yeah, her
Yours.
Telescope.
It is a telescope. It's not a spyglass.
She's
I was
passing
about to
around
say,
my
either it's a telescope or it's a spyglass. It's not the both.
She's passing around my telescope like it's some sort of common whore. How dare she?
Looking at a fucking telescope like it's a spyglass.
Hey guys, you want to use my telescope?
Cooked.
You're not gonna touch my telescope.
Oh my god.
Exactly. But yes, Vittoria, what did you want to do?
No, yes, I wanted
He said no.
to have a look and see if it does indeed appear that it is closing upon us or not.
Sure. You can make an observation check with the advantage with this spyglass.
He's
Observation.
glassing the spies.
He is. He's observing.
There we go. Observe. Well, an 18.
Vittorio, you look through the spyglass at the other ship. You can clearly see what Ilmara says. It looks abandoned. The sails are ragged and torn, and rigging is hanging quite limply from the masts. But the ship doesn't really appear to be moving at all. In fact, you see a rather large wave knock into it, and it causes the entire ship to lurch quite erratically towards the other side. Now, putting it perpendicular with you. And you can see its name painted on its side. The Fearful Storm.
David Jones.
The fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victoria is like, Yeah, sure. He'll just like shout out. He's like, seems the ship's called the Fearful Storm. Don't know if that means anything to those local.
Peglegs appears beside you. Like out of nowhere, he just blinks into existence next to you.
Literally just steps out of your shadow.
Spawned in.
Alrighty.
It's a mighty bad day for a storm.
Oh no, that means something bad.
Certainly not something fucking good.
No, I think it's great.
Well, there's
I know a ship of that name, but not one that has sailed these waters in at least a decade.
That explains it.
It was an elf. I know that much. Good standing she had. Scared the Irisian merchants more than anything. As far as I know, they never returned to the Island Drakes.
Now we know why. The Fearless Storm.
oh. Did this elf captain have a name?
Aye, that she did. Callous.
Well, sounds to me like well, we have a ghost trip in one way or another on our hands. Either it's empty and a ghost of its former self, or we're gonna run into some spirits aboard.
Might have to take it out. This is out of character because Zaris is singing and pooping his pants. But he,
Whoa, he's pooping right now for real.
but he's probably also literally like at the moment he heard the Fearless Storm, he's making up a sea shanty. So these people are probably like, "What the fuck? What is he singing?"
Oh, the fearless storm, whoa.
Hear the thunder,
I don't fear
hear
you.
the
Ooh.
storm.
The crew is now singing along with Zarius.
Hooked.
That's one way to make a reputation for ourselves. I say we get to it and show them what we're made of.
Okay, definitely try. But
Yeah, just stay within 30 feet while we approach.
big sweat.
I would approach first, but it seems that I forgot my walking boots at home.
No, I meant of me.
Kick.
What would you like to do, party?
I think it's a good idea to approach and take it down.
It's very dangerous. If those are undead people, then we'll take more losses than they do. They don't have
ship battle.
No, it's not just losses, ship battle problems. It's, well, you know, our people losses as well.
No, I
If, yeah,
Oh,
but besides the ship getting damaged, if we get boarded by a horde of skeletons, I don't think they'll really care about losing a person or two. We have a lot more to lose than a skeleton crew of a ship does.
That's why I wasn't suggesting the ship to go, but yeah.
Well, if you're trying
Yeah.
to face that thing, we're definitely going to risk it.
Rowboat.
I blink.
I'm kidding, that was Mark, not Zarius.
We're gonna fucking die if we do that.
Well, we could always outrun it. Try.
We
Come
could
on.
flee.
Is it
But-
in chase?
Yeah, Victoria's like,
The ship is not moving at
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
Yeah.
All of its rigging is like hanging limply, and it's just like getting rocked around in the like churny waters that surround the storm.
Which means we could possibly try to approach and
We could
bucket and leave the moment like if they engage. But I feel like we should plan this before.
Well, we don't have any way to protect ourselves against being hit by a cannon.
Yeah, no, I more mean after again. This is Mark talking. Zaris is singing, but this is more me saying out of character. If they fire, we flee. That's kind of the if that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
But-
feels like the more responsible thing.
I mean, you could tally up to the crew, but in the end, it's if you really want to put a united front, there's only one person that can answer what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I forget that this isn't a video game. Jokas makes a fair. Well, I'm not speaking in character. The game makes a fair point. We do lose actual people, which then is quite a big fucking problem in our situation. So, actually, just taking on anything for the sake of taking something on is probably a very bad idea.
Yeah. Well, out of character in this case, at least appearance-wise, this is a literal ghost ship and not a ghost ship with ghosts on it. It's just dead in the water, and something bad probably happened to it at some point, and it's been drifting around.
I mean, as others pointed out, we could take the boat, take the longboat, and try to board it, see if there's anything that we can find.
Yeah, that is an option. If we don't want to get risk the ship and get too close.
Don't want to risk sailors' lives just for the sake of taking down a bounty of some kind that we don't need.
Yeah.
Let's do that then. I think we're all in agreement at least with that one. So let's do that one.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Zari's like, no, but he's going to come with, but he's going to hate every bit of it.
Zarius singing. Meanwhile, we're standing next to him. We're discussing this. Like, oh yeah, yes, we should take the boat over instead.
Harry came alive.
Go.
She hanged me crew before me eyes.
But yeah, that seemed like a good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Technically,
I'm
the ship
fully
is
agree
like.
Yeah, we might have to close the distance a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah, with our boat. Easy work.
Yeah, don't worry. The ship is like a. It's like a modified version of like a schooner. It's a caravel. It's kind of a size class between a sloop and a schooner.
Size 4 schooner.
Yeah. A little baby.
Size 50 million schooner.
Of course. The party chooses to approach on their little longboat.
The party chooses the worst option available in this encounter.
I was about to say, are you guys using the rowboat?
We have any other methods of water transportation?
I think the plan is get the ship close enough that go using the longboat isn't a ridiculous option.
yeah,
Because in that time period, we can see how the ship reacts and still flee if necessary.
That's good.
yeah, and we don't want to row for like half an hour. That would be kind of stupid.
We got smart, actually.
What was that?
I would love a silly little chase sequence where you guys flee from a ship in a fucking rowboat.
Yeah.
We would love that
I just
even.
think that's what's going to happen.
I would never. I just
Sus.
like to make up these scenarios in my head as a dungeon master. You know?
Of course you do. Of course you
Ridiculous.
do.
Not possible
Classic Amber.
scenarios. Haha.
And in all of them, I'm sad.
I'm not fluent
Well,
in DM
hopefully you can
speak,
be
but I think
happy.
we're fucked.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Prematurely. Alright. You choose to approach.
How close do you want to dock your ship to them?
You're asking real good questions, and you keep asking similar questions, so I'm getting extremely worried the more you ask said questions.
It's a
Um,
question that I'm asking. Don't have a discussion for half an hour about it. Just
Yeah.
say roughly how far away.
Well, we don't want to swim, so I'm guessing next to the boat.
Okay.
I look at everyone
Stop
else.
your boat.
I was about to say, I'd say 100 feet if we were going. Like, I imagine we're going with the robo, like our normal ship, 100 feet, then robo, right?
100 feet is in cannon range.
I mean, it's gonna be cannon range wherever we're going. It's more, we can position the ship to like be on their butt, right?
Yep.
So that they're in our cannon range, and they're.
Doesn't it just risk the sailors' lives again? Like, doesn't it just go into the same problem we had before? That we get too close, we can start a fight, and we get gunned down?
You want to go miles with the rowboat?
Well, not miles, but it's like 100 feet is very close. Just saying.
No, but imagine Amber, like we saw the things a couple of miles out because we're on the water, so we see pretty decent distance.
Well, I mean, no matter which way you twist it, either you put your boat very close and it's in danger of cannon range, or you put your boat far away and it's still in danger of cannon range, or leaving you guys behind because you will never row fast enough to get
I was
onto
gonna
it.
say that's my point of approaching. If we're approaching, we can then see if they're firing their cannons and then leave, right? Because if we don't want a ship battle, is what I'm hearing.
I don't want any trouble.
Essentially, so if they fire cannons or start to look like they're going to fight and react, then we leave. And if they don't, we position our ship with the cannons at their butt, you know, where they can't fire at us, and then use the sloop to get on the boat. Because if we put the ship side by side, then they can rake us with the cannons.
Makes sense to me.
Let's do it.
Alright, you approach the ship, which remains quiet.
Sus.
Until we step
You
to
can get
close enough to literally throw a docking plank over if you want, or you could sail over in your sailboat if you want to climb aboard. The rigging is literally so, like, cut loose that it's, like, hanging over the side.
Sus.
It's very sus indeed.
Well, it feels like. Are there corpses on deck?
You don't see
Or skeletons?
anything
Nothing?
on deck.
Nothing? Siri, but a ship ain't gonna just be here. Whatever this is, it's a threat. Might as well take care of it now.
Suppose that's true.
Well, I'll go first.
Yeah, you should get on over. Let's find out what actually happened. Check out the captain's quarters. Check below deck. You know, see what we can find out.
Okay. I will do two things. I will restart my song, a counter charm, and I will gently, like, if we put on the plank, does it hit it or does it go through it? Because I heard ghost ships, and I was like,
It hits the deck.
yeah, okay, so. Well, let's get on and get along. Battle Fear with an upbeat song.
Yeah, what you said.
The doctor didn't say, I couldn't say.
What the fuck?
Oh. It's time to board.
Yippee.
easily climb aboard the ship's deck. None of your crew want to go along with you.
Really?
Very fair.
Pegleg considers it, but he has 2 peg legs.
Oh.
1 peg legs. And an oar.
He's trying his best, you know.
He
He is. He's really ready for it.
Doing all he can.
You step into the caravel. It is not a very big ship. She's shorter than your own. You see 2 hatches that lead below the deck that open, like in the middle. Rusted and crusty with sea grime. And you see a waterlogged door that leads to the captain's quarters. The moment each of your boots click onto the deck, there's a soft hiss outside in the water as a fog bank begins to rise, obscuring the ocean between you and your ship.
That's not insane.
We can reload this scene.
I love reloading the scene.
Not reload, we preload in this lobby.
Ghost shrimp.
What?
No, it says
What did you
shrimp.
just
I
say
thought
to
it
me?
said shrimp.
No, I did not say shrimp.
Ghost shrimp time!
I
Pay for
remember
your
Zarius. I remember.
Pay for your sins with the ghost shrimp.
He sat there with a pirate hat on and everything, like, I remember.
Yeah. This crushed little body.
You thought I went to hell,
I went to the expanse instead.
but I learned, Darius. I evolved.
To be...
Need some light here in this joint. There you go. We got Stokas, Zarius, Vincent, Vittorio. Pick up the whole gang here.
Yippee!
Whenever I put Vittorio's token on a map, it always becomes huge for a second. I don't know why.
Damn, Vittorio.
It's just built different.
He's built
Built
different.
different.
Indeed.
Where is the thing that I'm looking for?
I don't know. Also, it could actually be a ghost shrimp. Can you imagine? We open the captain's quarters and the ghost of the shrimp that Zara is obliterated.
Yeah, I'm imagining it right now.
Bro, I wish, bro.
That'd be funny as fuck, to be honest.
And he looks like. Wait, let me. Like,
I can only wish.
and he looks like.
I want to turn around slowly in the captain's chair. And it's like, you thought you escaped me, Zarius.
Yeah.
He turns around in his little rolling chair. He has like a little cat on his laps, but it's a shrimp.
That's what we see in the captain's chair, but it's ethereal.
Cooked.
I pray.
Every day for this.
There's nothing I want more.
So true.
Alice, where are you? There you are.
Bally's, hello.
Just there a biker's uniform. It's got like a pirate's fucking costume.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is incredible. Artists have too much power, I've decided.
That's a very creepy shrimp.
He's just trying out a new look. He's trying to impress Shrimpina.
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 Yeah.
Based.
I love this for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Same. Whatever, you'll hoe me.
Good lord.
Right, I am no longer. Wait, what? Concentrating?
Party.
Yeah.
No.
That looked like safety lasers.
Moments after the fog bank rises up and obscures your own ship and the surrounding area from view, the door to the captain's quarters begins to rattle in place. And a mournful voice calls out. Who disturbs the fearful storm in my source?
Hands on weapon.
I elbow woman.
Mr. Captain!
Captain of a neighboring ship we were seeing. If you needed some help, but it looks like you got it all handled here.
It did not in fact look like we had it all handled.
Hell is far beyond the snow.
Okay, well, at least you're aware. Anything we could do to
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Oh,
We'd be really happy to help. I mean, you guys seem like you're like bound here. That's no way to live or unlive.
No, it is not.
So, is there something we could do for you?
I want you to kill every one, the last one of those treacherous swines. 10 days it took them.
10 days?
sorry, Emery, cut out at the end.
10 days it took them.
I still think it's a bit quiet.
I should say that was worse.
10 days it took them to do what?
We were in the doldrums.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but eternal sea as far as the eyes could see. Ration, dwindle. On the 5th day without food, they killed my helmsman, blamed him for their troubles, and on the 10th day they turned on me.
Oh shit, and they're still hungry.
Your own crew betrayed you?
A fate that awaits so many of us, Captain.
Oh no.
Oh.
Gulp.
That depends on the crew, but
Does it? How long do you think they will last without food?
you're under
How
unfortunate
many meals
circumstances.
between you and them and a knife in your back?
I'd like to think that doesn't really have a number. Regardless, you said that you wanted us to get rid of the people that betrayed you. Vincent looks around the broken ship. Guessing that means they got out alive?
They're still here.
Oh. Vincent has the daughter on the boat.
Right.
Yeah, I
That's
was
good.
like, they're still here for sure. When are they popping up? I'm literally like searching.
You can make an observation check, Vincent.
Oh. Yes, I am known for being really good at observation.
You do that, brother. You go do that.
Yippee!
Observing. He's so observant.
The entire ship sounds like it's creaking. They could be anywhere.
They're in the walls.
Right, well. Luckily for you, we are pretty good at taking care of things that need to be taken care of.
Yeah, tell him.
Go then.
Alright, well.
Slaughter them all.
Ooh.
Right, crew. Gulps.
Ugh.
Let's
Quick
go
question,
find it.
Amber.
Let's go find us some traitors.
Before I do anything,
Yeah.
or her visage, like
You don't see anyone.
we don't see anything speaking.
I mean,
Okay.
no, I would have told you or described if you had seen
Okay.
anything.
All right, then never mind. Like, does she look eaten?
Excuse me?
You don't know what she looks like.
I was about to say she could have murdered her crew.
Yum yum yum.
Maybe she was.
Hello there.
No, ma.
Hello.
Hello.
Good things.
Hello, and nice end of the session. Oh, kidding.
I mean, pretty much.
I mean, we're
Yep.
pretty much there.
I wonder where.
At the end of the session.
Yeah.
Holy
You
shit.
Found
Finally.
a ship in the doldrums, and its captain wants you to kill her entire crew.
Because, you know, they betrayed her and ate, what was it, the helmsman and the first mate?
The helmsman. They killed the helmsman first.
First helmsman. Yeah.
Why would they eat the specialized officers? Damn
Because
it!
they were dying. They were
Yeah.
starving.
If
Eating
you-
the normal. Yeah, but
If
eat
you-
the normal crew.
No,
No.
if you eat the specialized officer, you can become the specialized officer.
Exactly, you gain their skills.
Unfortunately, they were still stuck in the doldrums, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, so it didn't matter.
Shit.
Well, we agreed to. My bad. I agreed to it pretty quickly, so.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
There was no choice.
Yeah, you know, there's like an impenetrable fog bank around the ship after we boarded it.
And we
so
love that, to be honest.
So-
We love impenetrable phone banks.
It's okay.
It's always great.
It's fine. We're probably just gonna deal with some very nasty undead next session.
I'm
Pretty
down for
much.
genocide.
Purely
Well,
as the ship creaks and cracks all around you, you hear the scraping of claws on wood. But you're not really sure where they are. I suppose next time we'll find out where they are.
Whoa! I can't believe it!
God,
Next time moment.
my excitement, which has been building all session, has finally peaked.
Honestly,
Sure.
love it.
As next time we will go and look at Captain Callus's sorrow.
Yo.
Let's go!
Thank you very much for hosting, Amber.
Yeah,
much for
thank you
hanging
so
in there.
much for hosting.
Thank you, players, for being here. Thank you,
Indeed,
viewers, for
baby.
viewing.
Especially White for like really sticking it out all session.
Yeah.
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 Thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He really
Very
pulled through.
present.
And hopefully we should be back on our normal schedule with sessions.
I think so, yeah. 4th of
I-
July, nothing special. For
Yeah.
We'll have at least 3
It's
sessions
happening on
before we
4th of
take
July.
another 2-week break.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's true.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. But yes, until next week, have a good one, and we shall see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.